Hey, Bastish B here for 64K and welcome to another episode of Loot and Booty. And welcome back. So in today's episode I'm going to go on a huge thrifting adventure. We're going to hit up every single thrift store I know and check out, see what we can find. We're also going to hit up a place called the Pirate Cove. It's a local comic book store, so we're going to check that out as well. But first I'm going to make a quick stop at my favorite retro gaming store. Okay, I've just got to Blast from the Past. You can see it in the background there. It's a retro gaming store. If you didn't see one of my previous episodes, check that one out. It's full coverage of this retro gaming store. It's super cool. Anyway, I'm just going to run in quickly and see if they got anything decent, and then I'll be back and we'll head on to the comic book store. Yes. This turned out to be very fruitful. I'm so glad I just decided to stop here. This is like really lucky. I got some really cool stuff. So let me show you what I got. So first up is this Action Replay Plus cartridge for the Sega Saturn. This cartridge has a whole bunch of cool features. You can, it can play games from different regions. So you can play Japanese games on your US machine or PAL machines. It's got built-in cheat codes, so you can cheat your way through some games. It's got a 4 meg memory card. It doubles as a 4 meg memory card, so you can save more games. It can also double as a 1 or 4 meg RAM expansion card, so yeah, like it's got so many good features. Been looking for one of these for ages. Next is an awesome game, Test Drive by Accolade. This is the original PC version, DOS one from the 1980s. This is for the Tandy 1000 series. This is just a fantastic game, obviously. I think a lot of you guys know this game. I played the Commodore 64 version and love it. This thing is just in beautiful condition, discs all in here. This guy is much more of a console gamer. He knows a lot about console games. He knows like not much about any sort of PC or computer stuff, so I got this for dirt cheap, so I'm really happy with that. Next is a book I've been wanting to get for ages. This is called the Neo Geo Visual History. This is by Bitmap Books. These guys make excellent video game books. You should really check them out. I've done a couple episodes of Pop Culture Quick Bites on some of their books. You can see those. They just make excellent books. This is just a love letter to Neo Geo and SNK. This thing is just jam-packed with information. It's super cool. It weighs an absolute ton. I got it for 20 bucks. If I had bought this online brand new and imported it with shipping, it would have cost me an arm and a leg. So I'm pretty happy with it. It looks brand new. It's like in excellent condition as well. And last but definitely not least, this is the big score of the day. I don't think there's anything else I'm going to find that's going to match this. Commodore 64. Yes, I got it from this store. Can't believe it. This thing's in pretty good condition, as you can see. Keys need a little bit of a cleaning, but besides that, there's only one thing I'm a little bit concerned about. The little light over there, there's no light for the power. So let me tell you the story of this. He had this in his back room. I asked him if he had any computer stuff, and it was just dumped into like a bin, and there were some of the cords lying around like all over the place, but I've got tons of extra cords and stuff, so I wasn't really interested in rummaging through hundreds of boxes to try and find them. Anyway, again, he doesn't know much about computers, and he had no way of testing it, and I'm taking a risk here, so he wanted 100 bucks for it, and I was like, no, I'm taking all the risk here. This is untested. So anyway, I got this for 50 bucks, which I think is freaking excellent. And he said also, this guy's cool, he said if it doesn't work, if I go home and try it and it doesn't work, I can just bring it back and I can use store credit to buy games. So I'm not really losing, because there's thousands of games in there I want anyway. So, but wow, who thought I'd find a Commodore 64 today? Kind of confident that it's going to work though, because I don't know, these things are built like a brick. Let's cut to future me and see if it works. Hey, future Bastish B here, and this is the Commodore 64 I got a few weeks ago, and as you can see, plays perfectly. Okay, so let's get down to business and start hitting up all these thrift stores. And we got a couple of Super Nintendo games, some Mario Paint and Vegas Stakes, total garbage, some Naruto on PS4, and some cassettes, Belafonte, 72 of his greatest hits. Are you kidding me? That's his whole entire catalog. Killer 7, whoa, GameCube, sweet, Suda 51 classic. Some trashy vinyl. Oh, Herb Alpert, you go to a thrift store, you're gonna definitely find one of his records. And you got Dragon Age Awakening, probably one of the best pieces of add-on to any game I've ever played. It's brilliant. Seriously, they're trying to sell this? Wow. Oh, PS1 game, Covert Ops, Nuclear Dawn. This is like a Resident Evil kind of game. Yeah, I haven't got that, I'll take it. And you got Rem, Total Mist ripoff. Some VHS Madness. Crybaby, nice. My favorite John Waters movie. Absolutely demented. Some real trash up there. And, oh, some Heavy Rain on PS3. Definitely worth playing. Some 45s, nothing interesting. Oh, nice. Roxette Joyride, one of my favorite bands. Taking that. I love the fact they put these DS games behind glass as if they were something. It's the worst selection I've ever seen. And, ooh, The Flash, the original 1990 series. Nice. I watched this whole thing. Mark Hamill as the Trickster was absolutely hilarious. Been finding these racing wheels everywhere I go. It's crazy, I don't know why. More VHS Madness. Ooh, Die Hard pack. Guess Die Hard 1, 2, and 3. Yes, no, yes. What? Die Hard 1, 2, and The Making of Vengeance. Okay, this must have been before it got released. Well, oh god, Streisand. Oh no, come on. Tainted the Thrift. I'm out of here. This one's done. Got some comic books. Oh, got a Zelda book here. The Zelda anime manga book. Pretty cool. Ooh, Rocky Horror Picture Show Special Edition. Not sure what's added extra there. Harvest Moon headphones. Never knew they made that. It's pretty weird. Some more cassettes. Oh, Little Mermaid. Under the Sea, anybody? Got these cassette holders. Probably should have picked those up for my Commodore stuff. Some VHS holders and a disc box. Very nice. And you always look through the music, but you never know when you find some old DOS classic like Last Dynasty by Sierra. Excellent game. I got the Deer Hunter here on VHS. 2 cassettes. Yeah, one of them is just dedicated to the boring wedding scene alone. Ooh, Footloose soundtrack on cassette. Totally getting that. Awesome. Some more VHS. Dinosaurs. I love this show. Watch the hell out of it. Pitfall 3D on PlayStation 1. It's a mediocre game, but I still enjoyed it. And somebody unloaded the entire Intellivision collection here. Wow, I've got most of the good ones here, so I didn't really pick much up.
Although I didn't have Utopia, so that's definitely one going. I never knew they made any MechWarrior merchandise. That's pretty weird. And the worst selection of games I've ever seen on one shelf. And the winner is this shelf. And I got one of these cheap Atari flashback pieces of garbage. The joystick does feel pretty good though. And Non-Stop Disco Dancing 2, James lost. Seriously doubt it, James. Seriously. Mrs. Mills. Oh my goodness. Music Hall Party. Highly doubtful, Mrs. Mills. You've tainted the thrift. Next. Some more trashy games. I got all the good ones I really wanted. LHX, Attack Chopper, and Genesis. This is a pretty cool simulation. Definitely gonna get that. Hanson. Oh god, Hanson. What? On VHS. Ugh. Oop. Temple of Doom. My favorite movie of all time. Yoink. Carmen San Diego. I never knew they made a board game out of this. That's pretty cool. Some more bad vinyl covers. Oh, that's some bad taste. And you got one of these record cleaners. I should have actually picked that up. I'm not sure if it worked. Look to the music. Oh god, no. No! Tainted. You've ruined the thrifts. I found Wipeout Pure, True Crime New York, and WWF Raw. Pretty cool. What else do they have here? This little TV radio combo. Very cool. Would be nice to pick it up, but I'm sure it probably didn't work. And a bunch of old board games and stuff. And an original version of Battleship. This is the one I had from the 80s. Oh, we played this so much. So good. It's all electronic. Makes the sounds when you blow up the ships. All that kind of stuff. Super cool. And the very best of the mom and dads. How the hell did these guys get a very best of? Seriously? Wow. 2-disc record set. Are you freaking kidding me? Kenny Rogers. Oh god. Captain and Tennille. Love will keep us together. That's seriously, that has tainted this thrift. Done. Next. And we got a sail. Okay, that's not creepy at all. And you got this little TV. I really like the look of it. Super small. But look at all these connections. Wow. That's impressive. I should have picked that up. Damn it. And some VHSs. Blazing Saddles. Definitely getting that. Sealed copy of Lethal Weapon. And some more trashy games. Oops. One good one. If you've never played this one, The Saboteur, totally recommend it. It's pretty awesome. Talking about awesome stuff that's underrated. It's a great movie. That's some Ninja Gaiden 3. Already got it. Pretty cool. Wow, that hit the bargain bin pretty quickly. Oh, this is an excellent game. Sunset Overdrive. Love it. Definitely play that. And what the Corner Grocery Store, sung by Raffi and Ken Watley. And other singable songs. What is this? Prince of Persia. You got some of the missed sequels there. Already got those. Found the Eco and Shadow of Colossus pack, pretty cool. And so Mavis Beacon teaches typing. You couldn't go anywhere in the 90s without finding that utility program somewhere. A bunch of blank CDs. Excellent. Great for burning games. Depends how much they want for this thing. Oh, I'm definitely getting that. Saturn Games, here I come. This excellent copy of Tron. And one of these PC controllers. Felt pretty clunky. Definitely a cheap model. PS1 game, finally. Oh, come on. What trash tainted the thrift. Make sure there's no PC games hidden yet. Oh, come on. Seriously? Thrift completely tainted.
So now it's time to look at this complete thrifting haul. So first up is a PS1 game I found. It's called Covert Ops Nuclear Dawn. It's one of the worst names I've ever heard. It's like a Resident Evil style game. I got it for way less than that. I had a coupon for this store, the Value Village, so I got it for like at least $3 less. I'm pretty sure this game goes under another name. I think it's called like Chase the Express or something like that in Japan. That's the name I know it under. Anyway, this name, Covert Ops Nuclear Dawn's like the most generic, worst name I've ever heard, but it's a cool Resident Evil kind of game. It's a double disc. It's awesome. It's got the instructions. The cover's a bit cracked up, which is okay. I'm gonna replace it with a double CD box and it'll look brand new. Next is a game called Utopia. It's on Intellivision. This thing is complete. This looks brand new. Very cool. This thing is like a cross between Mule and Civilization, just a really primitive version of it. I'm really surprised I found this in a thrift store. I don't know what's going on, but lately I've just been running into Intellivision stuff everywhere, like box complete stuff, usually in excellent condition, so I don't know what's happening. I got this for dirt cheap. Couple bucks. I obviously couldn't pass this up. This is Tron on VHS. I mean, look at that cover and look at the quality of it. Looks brand new. This is obviously a re-release. This is not from the 80s. This cassette is way too new and the cover looks way too shiny. But who cares? Tron. What more can I say? A couple more VHSs here. I got Lethal Weapon 1 and 2. Obviously the best in the series. These two were written by Shane Black, the guy that wrote Predator and The Long Kiss Goodnight and a bunch of other excellent movies. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, you should check that out as well. Anyway, these are the best in the series. This one's still sealed. And Lethal Weapon. I found this Xbox 360 game. It's called Curse Crusade. Now I know it's not supposed to be that great. I remember reading the reviews back in the day about it, and it looks pretty cool though. It is released by Atlas. That is the sole reason why I bought it. I'm gonna replace the cover again. It's got so much stickers on here. I got it for $2, so whatever. I'm gonna give it a go. It still looks kind of cool. I'm banking on the Atlas name, even though it got mediocre reviews, but yeah, $2. Found a Sega Genesis game, LHX Attack Chopper. This is a pretty cool game. It's like, there we are. Cart looks in good condition. This is like that old Microprose gunship game. The Genesis actually got quite a few simulations. They were all released by Electronic Arts, so it's kind of weird. They did a lot of conversions of computer stuff, which is awesome. Like, you even got really cool RPGs like Might and Magic and Buck Rogers, all from Electronic Arts. That's when they, like I've said before, that's when they used to make good games. Anyway, LHX. There were actually quite a lot of PSP games everywhere. I passed up a few that I didn't have, but whatever. I'll end up seeing them again anyway, but I decided to pick up Wipeout Pure. It was like in such excellent condition. It's an awesome racing game. Its condition is excellent, as again, this is a pretty good find. Got another PlayStation 1 game here. This is Pitfall 3D. Now, this isn't the greatest game ever made either. I know, I played this back in the day and I kind of enjoyed it. The reason I enjoyed it is because it's voiced by Bruce Campbell and it's absolutely hilarious. Obviously, it's just one-liners, like from start to finish. It's in good condition. This game also comes with the original Pitfall, I believe. think it was an unlockable. I can't remember if you could just play it straight off the bat or whether you had to complete Pitfall 3D and then it unlocks it. Either way, it's got the original in here as well. Another double dose here of VHS madness. I got Blazing Saddles, probably one of the best comedies ever made. Mel Brooks' masterpiece. You should check this out. They just can't make movies like this anymore. Like, nobody would even dare. It's like so offensive, but Blazing Saddles is awesome. And obviously I got Temple of Doom. This is my personal favorite movie of all time. I just love it. I watched it 1,000 times as a kid. This is such a nice VHS copy of it. I just had to pick it up. I've got one already, but it's beat up and looks like garbage, but this looks super cool, so I got it anyway. And I got True Crime New York. This is on the GameCube. I found a GameCube game, Randomness. Looks like some good condition. I already checked the back, it's no scratches. So I played the original one, the original True Crime, and I think it was True Crime LA. Anyway, that was very cool. I enjoyed the heck out of that. Pretty sure I played it on the original Xbox. Anyway, so this is the sequel. I never got to play this and it was super cheap, so I thought, whatever, I'll give it a shot. And I also got WWF Raw. It's a wrestling game, obviously. This is for the original Xbox. I really enjoyed these releases back in the day. The N64 ones were particularly good, which is probably like some of the only good games on the N64. But this is a pretty cool wrestling game, and I've just been itching to play like something where I can just beat the crap out of somebody. So here's a double dose of 80s music awesomeness. So I got these 2 cassettes. I got Roxette's Joyride, which I love it. It's an excellent album. This is one of my favorite bands. And I got the Footloose album, the full soundtrack, so that is just awesome. Next I got Dragon Age Awakening. This is on the 360. So this is excellent. Now what this is actually an expansion pack that was released as DLC, but it is such a massive expansion pack that they decided to release it as a kind of a full retail version, and I would highly recommend getting this as a full retail version because this game, Awakening, is basically a full Dragon Age game. I wouldn't even consider it a DLC. It's freaking excellent. It's got its own kind of little mechanics to it as well. It's different from the regular Dragon Age. Excellent, well worth playing. And I can't believe I found this, Killer 7 on the GameCube. This is such a cool game. This is another demented game by Suda51, the guy that did No More Heroes and a whole bunch of mad games. And last but not least, I got the board game, where in the USA is Carmen Sandiego. Yeah, like why not? This was like dirt cheap. It was like $2, and I'm really intrigued to play this. As you can see there, if you've never played Carmen Sandiego, it's a series of old PC games they started out as by Broderbund. And you like a detective and you're kind of searching the world to try and catch this woman. Her name is Carmen Sandiego and she's a massive thief and she just keeps jumping from country to country. It's kind of an edutainment game, although I never saw it that way. It was just a fun game to play and you learn stuff about the world as you're going around trying to track her down. So very cool old series. I definitely recommend checking them out. I played them on PC and the Commodore 64, and I even played the Mega Drive version, which is quite excellent. So that was all the thrifting finds for today, so let's head on over to the Pirate Cove. Okay, so the Pirate's Cove is literally like another 5 minutes away, and I've just spotted a car boot sale on the side of the road here, so I'm gonna stop and turn around and go check that out. Bonus footage. Okay, just back from the car boot sale back there. There were like a bunch of little stalls all set up on the corner. Very cool. I managed to pick up one good item. I got Raiden Fighters Aces on the 360. This is a collection of the 3 Raiden games, arcade games. They are scrolling shoot 'em ups. Wow, I got this for like $2. I can't believe I found that. The rest of the place was full of garbage, but bonus. So as you can see, this is 3 months later. I was gonna go to the Pirate Cove on the day I shot like 99% of that stuff, but I decided not to because it was getting really late. So I was gonna come back the next day, but you know, the world apocalypse happened the next day and everything was closed and shut down, and I'm here now. This is beginning of June, and finally got to the Pirate Cove 3 months later. Yeah, so the shop is behind me here. Let's finally go check it out.
Okay, I'll give you a little overview of the shop. It's packed with all used kind of pop culture items, comic books, toys, a few games, board games, trading cards, graphic novels, you name it, a little bit of everything. Saturday Night Fever trading card, my goodness. Oh god, that bubblegum must be dodgy. Probably dodgy back then anyway. Got the Rawhide Kid and Two Gun Kid, wow, some classic comic books. Got your Hot Wheels covered, if you're into collecting that. Oh come on, that's pushing it. Come on. Got 3 boxes of vinyls here. Have to look at those a little bit later. Got some retro projector here. Pretty weird. You can tell how old this thing is by the characters. Casper, Roy Rogers, Heckle and Jekyll, Popeye, Captain Kangaroo, Lassie, Mighty Mouse, Woody Woodpecker, Rocky and Friends, Bozo the Clown, Three Stooges. Wow, that is retro. Found this record by Amazulu, I think it's a single, for Montego Bay. I really liked this song in the 80s. It's kind of weird that I found this. Oh, found a Devo record? Oh, come on. Bell Biv Devo? Seriously? The black and white Batman is very cool. You got Angel figure there, one of my favorite TV series. The lone video game in this whole shop that I managed to find. And this is some hectic 80s hair going on here. You got 80s David Tennant, 80s Brian May, 80s Bono, 80s Flock of Seagulls, and 80s Tom Hiddleston. And these card prop things, these are pretty cool. You can use them to prop up your video games. I highly recommend them. They're also adjustable. And these are these movies on vinyl. Yes, movies on vinyl. It's pretty weird. Got Logan's Run, cool movie. And you also got the original Westworld. And looking through some more vinyl, I found Kylie Minogue, Do the Locomotion. Saw the Blues Brothers mobile up there. And this being a Canadian store, what would it be without some hockey violence? And just before leaving the store, I noticed this Batman Returns trading card set, still sealed. Very tempting.
Okay, so I'm back from the Cove. I didn't pick up any toys or any merchandise, but I found a record bin, a vinyl record bin that the guy had, and I asked him what the price of them were. I thought he was going to say like, $5 to $10 each. He said $1 each, so I was like, let's look through the vinyl. So I'm a collector of vinyl as well. First up is Miami Sound Machine, Primitive Love. This is a cool album. This is like 80s all over the place, 1985. So this one's got two really great songs. It's got Bad Boy and Conga. Can't go wrong with that. And next I picked up Erasure, A Little Respect. This is a single. This is a pretty cool late 80s kind of dance pop song. It's also got another song called Like Zaza Gabor. Really weird. Why would you make a song about her? But anyway. Next is Kylie Minogue, Do the Locomotion. This was such a popular song. I know it's just a cover of a 60s or 50s song, but whatever, it's great. I think it's awesome. I think it's better. And this came out in 1988. Classic. And then this one by Amazulu, it's called Montego Bay. I literally haven't heard this song since about 1987. There it is. I kind of noticed it was produced by Stephen Street. He worked with Blur in the 90s and made some of their best albums, so that's pretty interesting. I never knew that. Really want to listen to this again. I haven't heard this song since, like I said, 1987 at least. So yeah, that should be pretty cool. And that was all the pickups. I think it's $4 well spent. And that's it for another episode of Loot and Booty. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm your host, Bastish B from 64K. If you can like and subscribe, that'll be greatly appreciated. And I'll see you next time. Cheers.